Hello everyone, my name is Sophia Morrison. I'm the author of 1.3 Family. Today I want to talk to you a little bit more about our homeschool philosophy and what methods we use as a homeschooling family. Homeschooling, I don't know if I really like to call it homeschooling, as I really feel as though we are just learning, like learning happens all the time. And we just happen to do a lot of our learning at home rather than going to an establishment like school. I have been homeschooling for 6 months, officially 6 months now. Yeah, 6 months. Wow, that sounds actually quite long. Um, I withdrew my children from school back in July 2003, and I started to home educate them from September 2013. Although homeschooling was a little bit slow at that time because we were really just getting used to homeschooling, going to different homeschool groups and speaking to other families and just allowing the children to really settle down and get used to the new lifestyle. But now, we're a bit more on point and a bit more structured in our approach and we're doing a bit more variety with our learning. At the moment, I am literally obsessed with YouTube. I've been watching quite a bit of YouTube at the moment. A lot of our studies that we've been doing about with astronomy have been based on YouTube channels. I've watched loads of homeschool videos from loads of homeschoolers, such as Mahogany Homemaker. You got Little Homeschool Mama. There's Confessions of a Homeschooler. So much different people on there that's they tend to help me with my decision to home educate. In that I just can look at the different approaches that they use and kind of work out where we fit in. I think we're more of an eclectic style family where we draw from different approaches and take that into our, use it into our homeschooling. But I just see my children as individual children, three different age groups. They all will learn differently. They have different learning styles. I have to, like my oldest child, Gohan, he basically likes a lot of testing. He likes to do a lot of that workbook methods. Whereas Govita and Tiny Butterfly, they tend to, they still need that hands-on approach. They tend to like the outdoors, going out there, going on nature hunts, going on field trips and things like that. Yes, I take a lot of different. I take a few methods from different people. I quite like the Charlotte Mason approach, and I also have been reading a very good book called The Heart of Wisdom by Robin Sampson, and I really like the approach to learning it from this book, as it talks very much from a Bible. It's a Bible-based homeschool curriculum where the Bible is the first point of call. The Bible is what you surround your learning around. So we immerse ourselves in Bible first, and we do a lot of topics and a lot of studies based on that. I've been reading this book for quite a long time, even before I started to homeschool, and as you can see, I've used a lot of highlighter pen, blue highlighter pen, pink and green highlighter pen, just to get those methods a bit more sound in my mind, with things that I agree with and the things that I want to use in our homeschool curriculum. So basically with the whole issue of taking them out of school, I just kind of had enough with the systems that they were being taught and the things that they were being taught in their school, and I felt as though I didn't really have a say on what they were being taught and how they were being taught it. My children went to a Church of England school in the UK. I prayed and I fasted for 2.5 years to get them into the school. And when they got into the school, there were certain things that were positive with the school, but the school just started going a little bit downhill, and I just started really disagreeing with lots of the methods and lots of the things that they were coming home with. My oldest boy suffered with a bit of bullying as well. After the breakdown of me and his father's relationship, he just found things really challenging and really a struggle. And I found also, as being a single mum, working a full-time job as a primary school teacher, Monday to Friday, I would be dropping the children off to the childminder at 7:30 in the morning, getting to work for like 8 o'clock, do my work day. School finished at 3:30. I wouldn't leave school until 5 o'clock. Get the children from the childminder for 5:30. Get home, cook dinner, try and do their homework, get them to bed for 7:30. It just felt like constantly it's like running around this rat race, around this cycle, and I wasn't happy with it because even when my children were not very happy, I couldn't really attend to them in the best way that I possibly would be able to. And when my oldest boy was getting bullied, when the bully, he would say to me, these things were happening at school, and I'm the sort of person that wouldn't really say that was bullying straight away. It's only when I started to see, the impact of what was happening with him and the way that he was changing in himself, I knew I had to do something about it. He had to stay. I made a decision to homeschool around February of 2013, but he had to still stay in the school for another 5 months until I had everything settled with my work and the things that I wanted to do at school. I tried to go part-time at work, but my request wasn't granted because they weren't able to accommodate me as a part-time teacher. So in the end, I decided, you know what, my children come first. I have to answer to God for the way that I teach my children, and I could not see this happening over and over and over again, and I felt like something had to be done. I withdrew my children. They were all very excited about going. Tiny Butterfly took a little bit longer to settle, as she did miss her friends, but now they're all flourishing in the home environment. I'm taking full responsibility for their education, and we're just learning. We're learning every day. Learning happens from anything down to looking at the moon outside and saying, oh, you know, what moon is this? Is it a half moon? Is it a crescent? We've been doing astronomy, a big topic study on astronomy at the moment, and they're really getting involved in this. And one thing I like about this method is that you can fully immerse yourself in a topic rather than having to think, okay, enough of that, we need to move on, or you know, this is what we need to cover in the curriculum. I know that if my children need more time, we can spend more time on it. If my children need less time, we can move straight on. And that's one thing that I really enjoy about homeschooling. I think that it's very important for people that want to homeschool their children that you set goals for your family, goals that you want to meet. I've got certain goals. I'm still working on my goals. There's certain goals that I want to meet within my home. You know, there's certain things that are more important to me than what the academics say should be important to children. I've got goals. I want my children to have a love for learning, have a love for literature. I want my children to be able to communicate verbally and in written form. I want my children to know the Bible, to know the Word of God, to have a relationship with Jesus. I can't push that to happen. It will happen naturally through them, but I can give them the skills through the learning that I set for them, like having a foundation set in that Bible is at the heart of our curriculum. Everything we do is embedded from that. Yeah, and I'm really enjoying. I really am enjoying this journey. I'm really enjoying my time at home with my children. I feel like it was my desire for a long time to be at home with my children. Even when they were really small, I wanted to be with them more. But I just felt as though when I became a single parent, I felt as though I had to go back to work really quickly to prove to the world that, you know, I'm a single mum, but I'm coping. Yeah, I don't have to be on the benefit system. I can, you know, be everything I need to be by working and being, you know, put my children in childcare and doing all these different things. I did that, and you know, it had to be done. It worked for a while, but at the same time, it just kind of made me feel as though time is going really quickly, because children, they're growing up so quickly anyway. Some people might say, oh, you know, you're trying to mollycoddle your children and keep them home with you for a long time. That's not true. Maybe in some ways it is. But at the same point, my children get a lot of independence. They could probably get a lot more independence now than they did when they were at school, if that makes sense. But at the same time, I'm there to overshadow them and to teach them. As Deuteronomy 6:6-9 talks about, you know, we are to teach our children all the time. That's not the actual scripture, but it's basically, we are to teach our children all the time, day and night. Learning doesn't stop. It happens all the time. And that is the method that, you know, that I believe in to be true. Yeah, that's it really. I think next time on the next video, I want to talk to you a bit more detail about our curriculum, the actual things that we're using at home in our curriculum. I'm going to show you a little bit more about the children's work, some of the work that they've been doing, and maybe give you a little tour of our house. Maybe a tour of our homeschool areas in the house. Alright, well, it's been great talking to you. I hope you've enjoyed listening to me waffling on about our curriculum, and hope you'll come back next time. If you liked what I spoke about, or you want to ask any questions, just leave a comment below. Okay? Speak to you soon. God bless.